Now I understand. See, I've been trying to figure out why is it that this particular designer fragrance currently in my collection is one of the most complimented. Why? Why this one? Why does everyone always want to know what I'm wearing? Have you ever heard of scent stalking? Yeah, I experience that every time I wear this. Hello, perfume enthusiast, scent explorer. My name's Velusia, and I am on a journey to curate the most perfect signature fragrance wardrobe for myself. However, there is a caveat with this. Each fragrance must be able to tolerate heat or high heat and humid conditions. Humid conditions? Well, that too. Humid conditions. I would like to introduce you to the most complimented designer fragrance in my collection to date. I've had people follow me, look for me, and stop me. So let me introduce you to the star of today's show. Fleur Musc by Narciso Rodriguez. Actually, today is a perfect day to test this. We have a weather warning. And why not try a perfume that has such strong projection and sillage anyway? It will carry it probably down the street. Why not? Fleur Musc is a very feminine, womanly, mature, no, that's not the word. Mature is really not right. Grown up? It's basically a woman in her own skin. She knows herself very well. She's very confident. And that's what you're going to get. From my experience, most musk-dominant perfumes, you can certainly smell the musk. Here, it's not the dominant player, it's the rose. And that is something new for me too, because I never really enjoyed fragrances with rose. It felt very dated to me. This is a modern take on rose because of the pink peppercorn that is very dominant here, but it's not overbearing. The pink peppercorn is the first blast that you will encounter when you meet her. She's going to say, "Hi, darling, I'm here to stay, actually all day. Do you mind? Let's hang out." She's that confident. This fragrance really confused me, not because of what I was smelling, but just how powerful this thing was and how differently it came across to so many people. It is pink peppercorn heavy as a top note that stays within the fragrance and literally stays throughout the whole life cycle of this fragrance, which lasts me around 8 to 10 hours on my body chemistry. That's insane. And this is what I found interesting, is that this comes across as fruity to some people. And I went, where? For me, my nose picks up on that peppercorn, really dominant peppercorn. Most people, when they smell it on me, it becomes sweet, fruit-like to them. And that was what was perplexing for me, because yes, there is bergamot in this, but it's in the top note, and bergamot is a citrus, it dissipates very quickly. No. There was something else in here. So there's a sweetness. Where's it coming from? Could it be the bergamot? Maybe. But I knew there was something else. FYI, there's patchouli in this fragrance, which, trust me when I say, is not a dirty patchouli. Back to the ingredients, because we want to talk about where I think that sweetness is coming from. And it's not the bergamot. No, my friend, it's not. If you're enjoying my content, smash that like button and subscribe, because why the heck not if you like it here? Come and join us. You're always welcome. Have you ever heard of amberlyn? Not Anne Boleyn, the historical figure, or Amberlyn, the pornographic star. No, I'm talking about amberlyn. Me neither. I had no idea what it was. In fact, I assumed it was a synthetic amber accord that they put into the fragrance. But I wasn't convinced because I couldn't smell amber in this, or at least it had, yes, it's a spicy, warm fragrance, floral fragrance, but it doesn't come across as a winter fragrance at all to me. Oh, let me tell you, I went deep diving into some chemistry scientific papers. It's not my forte, honey. No, but I did it for us. I did it for us, and it was like reading Aramaic. What is amberlyn? Well, it's not an amber accord. No, because amberlyn is just another proprietary molecule used by fragrance companies that basically is like ambroxan or ambrox or cetulox. Now it made sense why people think it's sweet, or at least they think that I am wearing a fruity fragrance. It's the amberlyn that creates this sweetness. And by the way, just like ambroxan, it has incredible projection and longevity. Of course, this fragrance was going to be a beast of a fragrance. The sillage and projection of this beauty is extraordinary. I mean, okay, you've got the amberlyn, but also when you combine it with patchouli, and you've got the musk, and then you have the pink peppercorn. Can I just tell you, the scent stalking for this beautiful one is well deserved. This is a spicy, romantic fragrance. Fleur Musc by Narciso Rodriguez was my most complimented designer fragrance until recently. I added my first ever gourmand into my collection, a designer gourmand that also gets me the most amazing compliments. Except people salivate every time I wear that perfume. A little different to the experience I have with this one. There's scent stalking, and then there's frothing at the mouth with that one. If you want to know more about that fragrance, I'll link it down in the description below, and I will see you in that video, so come and join me there.